litter pickup show for Starbird Farms and Apothecary. We're out here picking up trash again. It's what we do almost every day. We try to get a couple, 50, 60, 80 pounds of trash out of the ditch here. You can look down the road and you can see this is just what I picked up in about 5 minutes. We're going to go down the road here and start collecting it. We got all sorts of things here. We got trash, house trash, we got cans, we got plastics, little plastics. Today we're just going for the easy big stuff. That's enough to fill the entire car up in about an hour. So you can see there's our drainage ditches here. They put a lot of money into these ditches here to keep them nice. And what really happens is this trash works its way into the drainage ditch and actually creates blockages. And the water coming over the trash breaks down the plastics. They turn into microplastics. You ain't never gonna pick those up. You got all sorts of crap like this all day long. All these Amazon packages. Amazon puts a plastic bag on everything. Everybody goes out, opens their package, throws it out of their car. Not everybody, but a lot of people around here do. Not to mention the porch pirates. They dump everything on the road. We've already found like 4 people's mail, found some pay stubs, a couple checks, canceled checks and stuff. It's like people are throwing their own trash out and someone's stealing it. The thing is, it's just non-stop. This is the same amount of trash will be back in 2 days. Just what I was saying earlier in one of our videos is that, it's really hard for people around here to go to the dump 20 miles away. A lot of these people are drinking and driving. Last thing they want to do, if you've ever been a drinker or driver, is not have an open container in the car. Now see, you can see right here in the ditch, this is a prime example of what we're talking about. This one piece of plastic here is impeding the flow of this ditch. And so it causes it to go around. And it doesn't seem like a big deal, but one piece of trash turns into another, and then another, and another. It stops up, and pretty soon it starts to undermine the ditch. The trash gets deeper and deeper. Little microplastics everywhere. These ditches are critical. This is what drains the road. Now, if this ditch gets all clogged up, it's going to start overflowing, start hurting the road. You see, they put millions of dollars into these ditches, and a bag of trash could really have one big bag of trash can have a huge impact. On this infrastructure we're trying to take care of. And that's the thing. Nobody's out here doing this. There's one litter crew for all of Skagit County, basically. Convict crew. A couple volunteers. But you got to ask yourself, if not me, who? If not when? If not now, when? This trash comes. Looks like garbage, literally. These straws, little packets. Half these people just, don't even care. It's just a joke. We got tons and tons of doob tubes, Probably the worst thing. This one's glass. That's a weird one. It's got a plastic top. You see they stubbed out their doobs in there, smoking, driving, drinking. That's what's going on here. Looks like this huge amount of drunken drivers, Let's go across the street here. We'll look both ways because you never know who's going to get you. We've already gotten buzzed twice. Big transit van buzzed us. Got about a foot away from me intentionally. Came over to say hello. We got about 10 thumbs ups though. And somebody actually stopped and gave us $10 to thank us for doing what we're doing. And that helps a lot. If you ever want to donate, you can look at our website. We'll have a GoFundMe site here sometime to help us pay for the dump fees. We pay for it all ourselves. County won't take the trash, even if we see the video. We're hoping videos like this might guilt them into taking our trash at least, so we don't have to raise money to go throw other people's trash away. But either way, it's got to get picked up. It's just the way it is. These little plastics. There's another doob tube. This is what happens to doob tubes. It's a scourge. Out of all the negatives of the pot being legalized in Washington State, this is probably the biggest in my opinion. I've probably picked up 100,000 doob tubes since they legalized them. They're all over the lakes, they're all over the oceans. These little microplastics. Yeah, that's a new one. Somebody just threw that out. This makes a difference. Animals will eat this, they'll die. They'll eat a piece of trash. They'll die. They'll die like a bird to death. That's what people don't realize. Their actions have, it's a problem in America today. Actions have consequences. And, when you litter like this in your community, you're hurting the animals, you're hurting people, you're making them feel like they're trash. You got to look at this every day. We'll come back and smooth some of this gravel down where I'm walking. The thing is, all the trash isn't right on the road. A lot of it's just out here. See, this is just what we got in about 200 feet. And that's not all of it. That's just the easy stuff. I just can't stand by and let these people continue to trash our society. I just got to do something. Everybody says it's not our responsibility. Whose responsibility? You can see that out there in the distance. There's that piece of trash out there. That's going all the way over. Trash bag. Probably been there a month. All these plastic industry people are running these campaigns telling everybody that plastic's the most environmentally thing to do because of the low emissions cost of production. Now tell me that. That's probably been out there a month. Look at that. Fully degraded. Microplastics everywhere. So, gotta keep picking. There's a guy in Seattle who's come up with a way we can melt down plastic and turn it into diesel. The minute we started talking about that, people started threatening us because we weren't going to pay the tax and worried about we were going to run it in our trucks on the road or whatever. But we'll use it for our boats. Can't stop us there. We'll use it for our pumps. We'll use it for our generators. Straws. I hate these things. Plastic straws is one of the worst things they ever invented. Got to dig deep sometimes. Get this crap out of here. More dupe. Weed stuff. $45. That's what these dopers are playing. 45 bucks. Honeycomb. Where's this from? Happy Time, Mount Vernon. Any of you dopers out there, haven't figured this out already, I can go scan this, find out who sold it to you and who you are. All right, so before you throw a dew tube, next time think about that. I'll keep you, I'll put you in our file. Not only that, if I get really mad, see the same thing out, I'll pull your fingerprint. Submit it for serial litterers. Jack Daniel bottles. Here's a great one. My other pet peeve. The scourge of my young life. Everybody fought for this when I was a kid. Foam containers. McDonald's used to sell them by the millions. It's garbage. Can't use paper, right? Of course, everybody puts their cigarettes out also, in their bottles, so it makes it impossible to recycle them, for what we want to use. This is a real special road for us. You can kind of look back and see over here, there's this giant rock right out in the middle of this field. I keep having this dream for the last 3 years that I'm going to chisel out a building in there and make that command center for our trash pickup efforts once we get the owner to sell it to us someday. Dreaming. But we love this road. A little tight. We got to be careful here, keeping the car off the side of the road. We don't want anyone calling the police and saying we're impeding traffic, which is, you know, what these environmental Nazis do. They call up and they say, oh, they threatened me, or they are impeding traffic, or I felt really uncomfortable driving by. And they just don't want to see us picking up trash because it's like a glaring reminder that somebody else is picking up trash on your road instead of you. You can stop by and thank us. Not accost us, not to sell us, but we're in Skagit Valley, which breeds this like quasi-hippie redneck blend of people that you think you got them figured, and then they open their mouth and you're like, wow. Don't believe in science. Don't believe in litter pickup. Don't believe in helping people. What the hell do you believe in? Like, all these people that aren't for helping the community, just better get out of the way and let us that are get on with it. We got here, it's like a beef jerky bag. Dakota Trail Hot Peach Beef Bits. That's from this guy up the way, I bet. There's a butcher up the way. Again, I can figure out who sold you that. Everything's barcoded, guys. Every beer you buy, everything's got a barcode. It's got a specific barcode that can be found out, you know? So,
oh no.
Yeah. One of the things we go through the most here, you know, I'm getting tired of paying for everything, and so the people in our office are better at doing online stuff than me, and they're setting up a GoFundMe site and an Amazon wish list and all this stuff. And we have to use these Kevlar gloves, you know, because there's like lots of sharp stuff here. We got a sharps container on board. We get tons of heroin needles. Tons of heroin needles, crack pipes, tubes, you know, and these aren't like junkies. They're just normal people that are functioning junkies, going to work, smoking up on the way back. I understand. Got a tube in my pocket for when life gets tough, you know, but once you crack that tube, it's an open container. Once you open that beer, it's an open container. Now you're looking at either at minimum an open container. You're going to get your car impounded. You're probably going to get a DUI, and you're probably going to spend like a year in court. Now, I've got a DUI before. I blew 1.0. And that used to be legal, you know, and I'm a big guy, but I had 3 beers, and an hour later I was driving. I got pulled over. I got it. I spent 2 years dealing with that. Cost me about $6,000. I'll never do it again. So all those guys out there, you know, you're risking all this, and you're littering. You're risking ruining your life, and you're hurting your community. You know, just wait till you get home and throw it in a trash can. It's crazy. You know, here we go. Nicotine, barcode, figure out who they are. I mean, we're probably not going to do it unless it gets crazy, but I'll tell you what. With all these people passing by, and some people accost us, we definitely get their license plate and put them on a list. So we live in the same community. We'll find you. I'll come up and have a face-to-face discussion when you're not driving by to your Dodge Ram, rolling coal in my face, screaming stuff, throwing stuff. Think I don't live down the block from you? Short-sighted. These people are short-sighted, and this is what short-sighted people do. They get a little bit of a problem, they pass it on to somebody else. You know? It's just really unfortunate. Luckily, we got a GoPro in the car, so we actually get video of this. We're gonna put our closest misses one of these days. Try to figure out whether we need a waiver from the person that tried to assault us or not to use their image. But most people are good. We're gonna try to build some boxes here this year. Start putting them at all the gas stations for people to put their recycling in. I know they're going to fill it with trash too, but at least that'll save us a little bit of effort. And, you know, try to solve the problem before it becomes a problem. That's what nobody wants to do here. Every time we try to put a trash can somewhere in a public place, it gets taken down by Public Works because they don't want people to put trash in it. You know, that's their rationale. If you put trash cans out for people, they're going to put trash in it. We can't have that. They got to pay. So they take the trash cans away, and then they just throw it in the ditch. And then you got to call them, and you got to wait. You know, and you call up these people, and you say, hey, I got some trash here. You know, see how long. Get a stopwatch out that go for a couple days, weeks. See how long it is before everybody comes out. Beef sticks, cheese sticks. That's a bad one. Cheese heads, cheese sticks. There's a lot of those around. I mean, it's the cheapest thing people can eat. You know, you see what people's diets here. It's like they're starving, and the cheapest thing they can afford is a beef stick, cheese head.
Yeah, to sustain them.
Yeah, to sustain them, and then they top it off with a $4 alcoholic iced tea, which is actually our biggest one. Bush Ice and these alcoholic iced teas, which I don't know if you've ever had that, but man, talk about a hangover. We drank a couple of those once as an experiment, trying to get an idea, you know, put ourselves in the head of our clients here. Woo!
Gross.
Talk about a hangover. Felt like I'd been smacked in the head with a hammer the next day. You see, here we go. Here's some real shitheads. They take their whole bag of trash and throw it out there. Yeah. I've been doing this for about 25 years. Beaches, lakes, you know. I am not going to stop doing it. We work in the richest areas of the world for years trying to make money. And here's the thing, you know, I'm looking at this trash right now. It's got diapers and stuff in it, right? You know what this tells me? It tells me that someone's too poor to go to the dump. It tells me someone's too poor to throw away their baby's trash and they want to spend the money. $20 minimum to go to the dump. It's like, yeah, but that's for 350 pounds. Most people don't have 350 pounds of trash. They've got 5 bags of trash. So if they got to make a decision to feed their baby, buy their baby $20 worth of formula, or drive 40 miles round trip, spend $20 to get rid of their house trash. You know, there is no, I mean, you can get curbside service here and pay $100 a month. You get a dumpster, you know.
A little one.
People don't have that money. Everyone's like, oh, just do that. Well, get a fucking pencil out. You pay $100 a month for a dumpster, that's $1,200 a year. $1,200 a year to have somebody come take about this trash a week away. Most people, that's like 3 weeks of their life to do that. That's before their water bill, power bill, insurance, $100 a month, which is a crime that T-Mobile charges us to have a phone. $100 a month, you know. If everybody says, oh, just do it, just do it. Where's the money going to come from? You know, they say, oh, $15 an hour is a good wage. Yeah, then they take the taxes away, it turns into 11. That's why they're dumping trash. These blackberries out. These things will just take over the road. You know, nobody will come do this. They'll let it go till they're out in the road scratching cars, and then they'll put it on a work order, and then like a year later they'll come out with a mower and do it. And then, oh, what I love, for some reason, all the counties in the world can't seem to send a litter crew in before they send the mower. So they just mow it, and shred all this plastic, boom, send it everywhere. That's just too much. You got all these people working in the counties. It's too much to coordinate. Mowers and pickers. You're just asking too much. It's just over the top. The greatest nation in the world. I mean, give me a break. This is what local government, all you people that hate the federal government, they're the ones that go out and get stuff done. You know, local governments, they don't care. They don't care. They act like they care, but they're getting paid 80 grand a year to pretend like they care. You know? You look at the amount of trash like two people like us can pick up in just a couple hours. You'd have a work crew out here. They'd all have safety gear. That's gross. Safety gear. They'd all have flags out. Have that's not us. We didn't do this. Somebody else did. Cleaning this ditch out. See? Here's what happens. You know? Oh, but don't call the county. This is actually part of the drain division. You know? So we can't actually help you because it's not our deal. Oh, wait. Look. I could do it myself as an American. I can clean a drain out and stop it from being overrun on my own. There it is. Do I need to call the county? Do I need to get permission? I don't know. I'm not going to. Because you know what? I'm not going to be told no anymore. Every time I call somebody to ask them, nope, don't do it. Don't do it. You know, I want people that thank me, not people that come after me. There you go. Cleaned out. Easy. Don't need to call anybody. Done. All right. Where are we going to go from here? We'll get this crap out of the way. All these wipes. People wiping their ass. You know? There we have it. Another 100 yards of road. This is what we just skimmed off the top. Let's see where we're going to go next. Let me check and see if we got another can. We're using this old Honda. We've already filled up our cans. That's the other thing I love. All these people doing these litter crews. You got to outfit these convicts with $200 of safety gear. You got to give them a training course on what to do when they see sharp stuff. Look at that big old bag of trash. Huge bag of trash. What's in that? You know? Does anybody even check it? Something squishy. Probably insulation. Into the bush, like that's going to be better. You know, if you're like a piece of crap that's going to donate, like dump stuff on the road every single day, throw it off to the side of the road so it's a little easier to pick up. Don't throw it into the bushes. Unbelievable. And this stuff, people got to get out of their car, take the effort. You got to clip your way in, right? Well, but you know, a litter crew can't do this. This isn't your property. Or if it is, this is the county trim the easement crew. So we better call them in for backup. You know? Pieces of crap. All these jerks. All this plastic. All these little single serving containers. All these garbage gas stations put out. Oh, they're cheap. Lighters, doob tubes. beer cans. Breakfast of champions in America. You get out there and do something, people. You know, just walk around your neighborhood and pick up the trash. You'll scare yourself. I was going to touch that one. I don't know what's in it yet. We're going to do one a little later. It's going to be a little scary. There was a car accident years ago. And, you know, being the, the great cleanup crews these cops and tow truck guys are, they just push all the stuff off to the side of the road from the car accident. You know why? Because it's not their responsibility. So what did we find? We found this non-discharged airbag, Takata airbag. Thing could go off at any minute. It didn't go off when the car crashed. Yeah. But here it is on the side of the road. Some kid could play with it. It could kill him in a second. We're going to go ahead. We're going to take that. We're going to either take it to the dump. We're waiting for them to call us back. They probably won't. To the hazmat guys. Hopefully they do. Or we'll call the bomb squad. I mean, what do? It can explode at any. You know? That's the problem here. Nobody's responsibility.
What are you gonna do? How are you gonna? What kind of container are you gonna put it in, or?
Oh, we're gonna put it in a steel box. We're gonna use tongs, and we're gonna treat it like an IED, because that's what it is. It's already been wrecked. It's been in the rain for 2 years. It could kill us just doing it. That's for sure. I've seen those before. They go off just when you think you're gonna do it. If you can imagine holding one of these canisters in your hand when that thing discharges, some kid's gonna play with it. We'll see. We'll treat it like a bomb. If nobody takes it seriously, we'll go detonate it ourselves if we have to. I don't know. We'll put it somewhere where it's safe. I'm not gonna get told no anymore. I'm not gonna be told it's not our responsibility. We'll walk down here. We're running out of cans. We're gonna have to load up and cut this short here at some point. But let's go up here. We'll pull out a bunch of trash. Pretty boring for some of you guys. Me preaching about environment and responsibility, but if any of y'all are watching, I appreciate it. It just really helps us out here, keeping this area clean. And again, this is just one mile road we're working today. Salad container. And I leave a lot of the paper products. They'll dissolve. They'll go away. You got to choose your battles. Like this one here, I'll leave that. I'll throw that. You know, I'll come and get it another time. But this plastic stuff is what gets us. The faster we get it out of here, you know, the better. Salad container. Flip back around here. Prime example of letting a ditch go. Nobody's taking care of it. I've never seen this property owner here ever. Another one of these guys probably owns like 100 acres, doesn't take care of it, expects the county to do it. All these trees down. They spend all this money here, and yet these private owners, these big landowners, these rich dudes, you know, oh, it's not my job to clean up my own property. That's in the easement. It's not my job to clear out the telephone lines. That's in the easement. I'm just not going to do it. We'll let all this go to waste by getting washed out one rainy year. There's a good one, right? Things. It's the most irresponsible thing ever. Letting companies produce such cheap packaging. Today's a good day, though. We haven't found anything really messed up. Not a lot of poop. Not a lot of syringes. Yeah, that's why I'm wearing these boots. Steel shank, steel toed. I even got the protectors on the top. Make sure I don't step on things. I was diving one time. I'm a commercial diver by trade. About 13,000 hours underwater in my life so far. So I've arguably spent about half of it underwater and half of it on top. I was diving under the I-90 bridge down in Bellevue one day. I come up out of it, and my chafing gear probably had 30 hypodermic needles stuck in my chafing gear. After diving in the mud, we were looking for something somebody had tossed off the bridge committing a crime. There it is. I'm just covered in syringes that I got stuck in my Navy SEAL UDT chafing gear. You can see one of our other videos talking about that. Thanks, SEAL Team 2 San Diego. Again, thanks for breaking that material out for me. It saved my life more than anything. I did them a favor once, and they reciprocated. Good bunch of guys. But I came up, they didn't go through me, but they were stuck in it. And that was just after about an hour in the water. You know, that's just what people do when they have all this stuff in their car. You know, you got to get rid of the shit, because if you get pulled over, that's great. That's aluminum. That'll never degrade. All right, well, everybody, thanks for watching us here. That's our first live litter pickup. We're gonna stuff all this stuff into our roof box and go dump it off. We're gonna come back, keep finishing up this road, and move on to the next. We got a highway we're gonna do that's about 15 miles long. We're gearing up for. This little Honda is tough. We had a window broken out. Somebody drove by, threw something at us, broke out one of our windows. Somebody tried to jimmy our trunk a couple weeks ago.
So
they broke the trunk lock, and then they tried to break the handle, use the handle, you know, because the window's out. Tried to break, you know, they broke the handle, so we can't even open the trunk now. We got to work on that. And of course, you know, if you switch the trunk lock out, you know, what do? It's the ignition key, so you got to switch it all. So it's about $300 or $400 plus the windows. So, you know, doing this the last couple weeks, the damage people have caused us, why we're doing it, it's probably been about $1,000 of damage. I probably picked up about, you know, a ton of trash, so there's another $100 I gotta go do, and plus gas. You know, it's a thankless job. It's not easy. That's why nobody does it. So if you really feel like you want to help, you know, take it one street, start with your street, work your way out. That's what I used to do. Work my way out from my house. Keep expanding. And that's what we're doing here. Hopefully people notice it makes a difference, and kids don't notice the tree. You know, the thing is, I don't want anyone to notice anything. That's the whole point. I want them to drive down the road and have a nice drive down the road. I don't want to drive down the road and say, what a bunch of trash. Look at all this garbage. Who are these people that live in Skagit Valley? You know, who are these people that don't care at all? They live in this beautiful place and they just fill it with garbage. I don't want that. I want kids to grow up with pride, self-respect. The more trash you throw out, the trashier you feel, the trashier you act. It's just the way it is. So if you want to help out, you know, like and subscribe to our channel if you already have. Thanks again for watching all our videos. We do a lot of serious stuff out there too, other than picking up trash on the road. We go out and do creosote pilings, creosote railroad ties people are using in their garden. Never do that. It's the most toxic substance on earth. If you do that, you're poisoning yourself. We go out and do piling removal in the water. We go do sunken boats. We use some of that commercial diving experience. And, I try to wave at everybody that drives by, so the next time they drive by, they don't do something, you know, to me. You just never know. It just takes one thing hitting you in the head, and your whole day is ruined. And if you see the side of our car sometime, it's like, you know, people like to throw stuff. It's just what it is. They drive by, they throw it, but, you know, it's short-sighted because, you know, we got cameras. We see your license plate. There's consequences to that. So just be careful when you're out there. Be careful when you're picking up trash. Just don't think you're safe necessarily from getting swerved at or accosted. You know, if somebody starts accosting you, get your camera out and start filming them. Put them on YouTube. It's the best thing to do. Shame them. Shame them. But be careful. I've been doing this a long time, and I know a lot of tricks how to stay and not get hurt. But if you're just starting, you know, wear a vest, get some shoes, get some Kevlar gloves, have a clear path. If your parents are, you know, you have regular trash service, just, you know, you got a little extra room in your can, sort out your recycling, put it in there every week. Just, that helps. And I know you're picking up somebody else's trash, but it's just, who's gonna do it? You're not gonna do it. Probably nobody else is either. Oh, there's a good one. Really want to block this off. That's great. Take a look at that. I just noticed that. Fuck. Here we go. That's really good. Think that's gonna block up the drain pipe here? Oh, look at that water go. How long's that been there?
Long time.
Wondering why this place gets all flooded. If you're clipping these blackberries out, you can clip them in little tiny pieces and they'll break down easier. You do the big ones, it actually maybe create more of a problem. And like I said, we're going to come clean these dishes out. Nobody else will. Probably get in trouble doing these videos eventually. Never really did this before. So just one of those things. We're out here more and more every day. You know, doing this more and more. Because we noticed it. Just nobody else is. So, here we go. Probably it'd cost $500 to have the county come out and done it. It'd take 3 months to come do this. So, if not now, when? If not, who? If not you, who? Think about that. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Really appreciate it. We'll do our next thing today when we go do our explosive airbag. That'll be our next live channel. We'll pick up that car wreckage, and hopefully we won't have something blow up in our face. So, have a great day, everyone.
Bye.